morning, Mark Soderberg with ADM Investor Services with your morning ag outlook for Thursday, October 31st. Happy Halloween to all. Another quiet mixed trading session overnight in the agricultural space. Corn right now is steady to about a penny lower. Wheat prices are down 5 to 7 cents, while the soybean complex is mostly higher, up 4 to 5 right now in the beans. Meal is steady, while soybean oil is up 50 to 60 points. Speculative traders were light sellers in corn yesterday at about 1,500 contracts, while being buyers in beans, wheat, and in bean oil. We've got money managers short between 60 and 65,000 contracts in both corn and soybeans, long about 50,000 contracts in both the products, meal and oil, and short about 30,000 contracts in Chicago wheat. While crush margins are holding steady at about $1.70 per bushel, bean oil product value has pushed out to just over 42%. That represents the highest level in about 7 months. Yesterday's EIA data showed ethanol production ticked up to 318 million gallons. That's a new marketing year high. Nearly 109 million bushels of corn was used in the production process. That is well above the pace needed to reach the current USDA usage forecast at 5.45 billion bushels. Started to lean towards a little bit of a expectation for a little bit of an increase in that figure in next Friday's WASDE report. We get export sales later this morning, and later today we'll get an update from the EIA on monthly biodiesel production capacity and feedstock usage data. This from the month of August. And then after the close tomorrow, we'll get a monthly update on census soybean crush and corn ground for the production of ethanol. That from the month of September. And of course, next week, with presidential election on Tuesday and USDA production and WASDE updates next Friday. Overnight, we had our first wave of moisture move through the central Midwest. Rain was pretty widespread. Some 1 to 2 inch rainfall totals were recorded in south central Iowa, much of Missouri, and into central Wisconsin. Overall, moisture levels seemed to decrease a little bit as the system moved east. Over the course of the next week, we do expect 2 to 4 inches of rain pretty much throughout the Midwest. While this will slow the last 10% or so of U.S. corn harvest, these rains are very welcome as drought levels have spiked here in recent weeks given the dryness this fall. In addition, the U.S. Midwest river system should get a nice boost from these rains as well. Weather remains mostly favorable in South America as well. Rabobank is forecasting Brazilian bean acres up 1.5% this year to 47 million hectares at 116 million acres. That's slightly below CONAB's and the USDA estimate at 47.3 million hectares, and this would represent the smallest year-over-year increase in bean acres in Brazil in about a decade. They forecast production at 167 million metric tons, slightly below the USDA estimate at 169. They also got corn production at 125 million metric tons, at 2, slightly below the USDA at 127. Overnight, D's corn did break down a little bit here, broke below its 50-day moving average at 410. Did fall to a new 1-week low and rebounded here a touch. I do look for prices to remain mostly range-bound, 395 to maybe up to 4.25 here, leading up to next Friday's USDA reports. Deliveries against November beans were 97 contracts. That was in line with expectations. Spot beans ticked up here a little bit overnight. Bean oil is back above the 44-cent level, while meal is hovering just above that $300 level and its contract low at $298.50. And wheat prices have also drifted back here a little bit overnight and pretty much sit at about the midpoint of this week's range. So export sales in a little bit. Have a good day, everyone. Thanks for listening.